Go to live.
Hey, what's up,
everyone?
Welcome to today's live, my friends.
Welcome to the live stream.
Let's go live on Instagram. How's that sound?
Yeah. We'll start.
What's crackin'?
I know it's a little bit of a different setup.
What's crackin' on Instagram?
Hopefully like the change in scenery.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what's up, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream. It's been a couple weeks. Hope everyone is doing well.
What's up, Carissa?
Hi, Carissa.
What's up, Forever?
Janice, welcome to the live stream.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up when you're on, so we can shout you out. Make sure you like the stream on YouTube.
Oh yes, to everyone watching.
Share it with your friends. No business.
Yeah.
Same thing, guys.
What's
up, Nicole? What's up? Zalita.
Hannah?
What's up, Hannah?
Hello, Zella and Hannah and Khalil on YouTube. It's good to have you guys. We have a little different setup going on, which I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully you guys enjoy the little
Hey, Hannah, all glory to Jesus. All glory to Jesus. Honestly, it was his leading, his guidance, his presence, his spirit.
Yeah.
Right, so he gets all glory.
All glory to God. Amen. And our dog decided to join the live stream. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. There's feedback.
So
there's feedback going on.
Okay.
Okay, how's it now?
How's
Give
the
us a
echo
thumbs
now?
up if it's better. I'm the tech.
There is an echo. Yeah. Is the echo better? Let us know. Because we
don't talk too loud because if there's that feedback.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Okay, we are in a more open part of our house.
No, it was because I had an input from here and here.
Oh, okay.
So I shut
it's better.
that off.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hi,
Trisha. That is your dog.
Okay.
Nell, it's good to have you on, Nell.
What's up,
Over
Nell?
on
Where's
Instagram.
Nell? Where's Nell? Hey.
Okay, Erica on
What's up?
YouTube. It's good to have it. Echo's fixed. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, so how is everyone?
Hope everyone's doing fine. Hope everyone's doing well.
Everyone's safe, healthy, in their right minds. Praise God. So, if you guys have any praise reports, please share them because that's a feature that we do
right now.
Yes, on the live, just so that we can encourage each other in God and testify of the goodness of God because God is always good. And he's always providing for us, always coming through for us. And testifying of that can be encouragement to everyone else who may be going through something. So
okay, Nell has some questions. She says if you guys are taking questions, I have some. So that means more than one. Yeah, no,
totally. You know how we do. We definitely, if you guys have any questions as well.
And we got your back. Back, Nell. We're here for you.
Yes. Okay, also, really quick, just to let you guys know, tonight is going to be a bit of a shorter live stream. We probably will only be on about 30 minutes or so, but, it's okay, because God can move in 30 minutes. We can have great fellowship in 30 minutes and great conversation in Jesus' name.
Okay, so Trisha's birthday's on Sunday. I'll start going for the beats.
Gosh.
Hold on real quick. And then Nell has some questions. 18.
Go,
my
Trisha.
Goodness.
Yes. Okay. No, we'll definitely dive into the questions after any praise reports, prayer requests, and birthday celebrations.
Praise reports, prayer requests.
Trisha, you're an October baby, like me. October babies rock.
And just like Yappa. Yappa's an October baby. So.
Oh yes. Yappa's birthday is what date?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's Yappa's birthday, guys. We'll be here for 5 years.
Happy birthday to Trisha.
We should do one for
Yappa
to as well.
Yappa. Oh, you can have a heartfelt rap to.
I know.
To Yappa.
Been there from the start.
Hello, Eden. And Beautifies the
lives.
Meek. And who else came on?
What's
Alexis.
up, Eden?
And then over on YouTube, Hannah. I just got the Holy Ghost Sunday night. Woo!
Hey,
Hannah,
congratulations, Hannah.
God is good. Oh, I'm so happy
Massive
for
congratulations.
You.
That's so awesome. Oh my goodness. You got the Holy Ghost.
Woo.
You got Jesus living inside of you. That literally, this is stuff that the prophet Joel talked about God, Yahweh Almighty. He said that, I'm going to fill people with my spirit. And he saw filling you with his spirit in his plan. And it was fulfilled this Sunday, right?
Yeah, this past Sunday.
That's so
that
powerful.
Is so
So you're a
awesome.
part of something that's like eternal. That's been like told of for thousands of years. Like that's super awesome. So massive congratulations.
Yes.
Super
I'm
awesome.
so happy for you, Hannah. God is so good.
Oh, man.
Hello, Alexa. It's good to have you over on YouTube. And yes, Ebony says happy birthday to Yappa and to
thank you
Trisha.
guys.
Krista says, I just listened to your podcast episode, Impromptu Deconstruction of the Trinity. It opened up a lot for me, and I've listened to it 3 times. Whoa, and took notes. It really was good.
That's what's up.
Wow, praise God.
Praise Jesus.
Glory to God. Oh, hi, Shay. It's good to have you on Instagram.
Hey, what's up, Shay?
Yeah, so the funny thing about that podcast is it was very impromptu, but Ava and I, we were just talking. I had gotten a comment on one of my doctrinal videos on YouTube, and we were just discussing, like Ava and I normally do. We talk all the time.
This is good.
Ava and I, will stay up and just talk.
Trisha,
about
we
all
got a
sorts of
song for you,
stuff.
Trisha.
Okay. And anyway, so Aviel just whipped out his phone and was like, we should be recording this. I was like, okay. And it was just like a discussion between us. So yeah, and it turned out to, just be a recorded discussion between us. So I'm very grateful that it could be a blessing to you. Wow, that's so awesome.
Okay, maybe not.
And the podcast is over on the Yappa 238 channel.
YouTube
channel. I don't know what it's called.
Just go under Yappasock, or type in like Yappasock podcast, or like
Trinity or something like that.
Deconstruction of the Trinity. Yeah, something like that. Or Trinity Yappa 238, and you'll probably find the podcast has like a little black
thumbnail?
Yeah, black thumbnail.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Has the OG Livestream fam all gone to YouTube? Because there are not many here. There's a few on YouTube. Also, I know there's a lot going on tonight. I know that the presidential debates are going on. I think the final and third round. I think it's the final one.
They have 3 rounds?
Or second round. But it's the final round at least. And so I think I'm counting the town halls. But anyway, so I know a lot of people were watching that, and just there's stuff going on. But there are a number of OG Instagram live stream fam over on YouTube, but we also have a new and thriving YouTube community as well. So people can come on both, and that's the beauty of being able to stream to Instagram and YouTube. By the way, everyone on streaming on YouTube, please leave a thumbs up on the live stream because it helps the live stream rank.
Yes.
And other people can find it as well. So thanks, guys.
Awesome, Christopher.
Okay, so congratulations, Hannah. Blessings to you all. Yes, I watched the debate for a few minutes and got bored. LOL. Yeah, I don't blame you. But and hello, did you guys vote?
We just got our ballots in.
Yes.
So we will be voting.
We will be sending in our ballots. Yes, doing our duties as American citizens. Amen. Because
I know.
Yes. So, okay, awesome. Hello, Elizabeth, and everyone coming in on Instagram. It's good to have you guys. Okay.
Right, you want to go? You want to go for some of the questions? Because I'm thinking, I don't know how much time we have.
Yeah. Well, let's just do a really quick happy birthday. A really quick happy birthday song for Trisha from us to you, and hopefully it makes you laugh and entertains you and brings you some humorous joy on your birthday.
This is crazy. I can't find a good one.
So, I just wanted to hop on to say hi. Oh, it's good to see you, Nicole. Today's been a very long day. Yeah, totally, girl.
Awesome. No worries, Nicole. I'll see you tomorrow.
Charity. Oh, Charity! Hey, it's good to have you. So Janessa and I started this Wednesday talk show thing on my page, so it's going to be interesting. I'm getting busy with a bunch of interesting things. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm going to have to check it out. Go Charity. So she started a talk show, and I'm pretty sure it's centered around Christian living and stuff on her Instagram page. So that is awesome. Go ahead and share your Instagram in the comments, Charity, so other people can check that out. Okay, so do you have a song so we can get going with this? Hello, greetings from Central America. Oh, that's awesome.
What's up?
greetings from North America, West Coast.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is all I could find. Trisha's birthday.
Hey.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Where's the... I just had to find it.
Come on,
okay,
no.
sorry. So Janessa got
Trisha, it's your birthday, girl.
Drop. Happy birthday, Trisha.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Trisha.
18 is a big number.
It's a big thing. It's a big number.
Hey.
That's stupid. Okay.
I know. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. I don't know what else to say, but happy birthday to you. Turning 18. Thankful for God giving you all the days of the life and the years for you that He gave. Blessings to the King. Yeah, and Yappa 238, because Yappa 238 is turning 5 years old. Not yesterday, but tomorrow. That really makes sense, but I just want to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That was horrible, man. Where are my bars, man?
It's okay. We all have our off days.
We all have our off days, you know.
Anyway, happy birthday, Trisha.
Happy birthday, Trisha.
I find you guys on live. Welcome, Rachel, over on YouTube. It's gonna be centered around Christ, like faith. Amen. That's awesome. Oh, Kimberly, it's good to have you on. Bars, straight bars. Oh, y'all know it. We deliver every time. No. What church do y'all go to? Sorry. Apostolic Tabernacle. Pastor Sam Emery's church. Yes. We love him. Oh, I love my pastor so much. Okay, so go ahead, Nell. Nell had some questions, and I would love to dive into the questions. And you guys, you know how we do the lives. If you guys have any questions, any topics you want to talk about, it's open. So we only have we have until maybe 45 after to be on. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm writing my midterm paper hearing. This is so funny right now. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. I think it may be here.
Okay. How to stay open friendly after experiencing cliques, negative communities in church. Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. So that's okay. So how to stay open/friendly after experiencing cliques or negative comments, etc. in church. What's up, Michaela? Okay. So I don't know Instagram anymore. Does this share so people can see? Oh, I guess so, because look, Q&A. Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, best advice for anxiety and rejection. Okay, so, yeah, we'll cover these. Okay, so, Aviel.
Yes.
Did you experience cliques, in church and stuff? Like, what?
Yeah, it was, I mean, I think there's, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're not supposed to have cliques, but,
it's inevitable.
It happens with carnality.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's different if you're hanging out with someone that you like and you kind of like
it's
that person a lot.
It's one thing to have a squad, but it's another thing to have a clique.
A quick.
And if you guys have been on our lives for a good amount of time, you guys know that we don't care for cliques. I've definitely, I think you probably experienced it a bit more as a girl. It's probably more common for girls to experience, the clickiness than for boys, but I'm pretty sure boys still, experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know for me, yes, definitely experienced it. And the thing is, I have been on both sides. Our family has experienced it because it doesn't stop at high school, And
everyone's just a whole old 8th graders.
Yeah. So this is one of the.
People can't be.
I think one of the main, one major thing to combat and to pretty much deal with the whole thing about cliques is one, understanding that it's never going to go away, even within the church.
So a clique is like a group of people who hang out and they purposely kind of exclude other people, and they kind of think they're high-minded,
Yeah, that's probably good to define at least our definition of a clique. Like I said, you can have your squad, and that's, your squad and the people that you generally hang out with and stuff like that. But, cliques have a more negative connotation to them. And pretty much what Abel said. I view a clique as, you're a group of people who hang out together exclusively and with an air of high-mindedness, and like, this is our group and our group only, and we're not accepting you into our group unless you meet our carnal standards. So that's how I would define a clique, and
pretty good way to define it.
Yeah, and I have definitely experienced that. Woo. So with that, I think one of the, like I said earlier, one of the major things you can do is just kind of accept the fact that there will be cliques within the church. There will be cliques and people who you think shouldn't be in cliques because they're in cliques. Like, sometimes there are people who you think, oh, aren't you supposed to be more of a Christian than that? Especially given whatever position or whatever you have. But they're in a clique. Yeah, that happens. And and the reason why I'm saying to accept that it's going to happen, so you're not so shaken by it when you do experience it. And you're not getting hung up on, well, that is so-and-so, and so-and-so shouldn't be in a clique, or, that is so-and-so's grandchild or so-and-so's child, and they shouldn't be in a clique. And it's like, well, unfortunately, human beings are human beings, regardless if they're in the church or not in the church. And not everyone is going to turn away from clickiness if they're able to be a part of it, because it does give you a sense of community, but also it gives you a sense of superiority when you are in a clique, and not everyone is willing to turn that away and to pray against that and die out to their flesh, so they're not a part of something that makes them feel superior to their brother or sister in the Lord. So when you accept that, you'll know, okay, so it's going to happen, so I'm not going to get hung up over it. I know that God
doesn't click.
Is not.
No, he clicks with everyone.
Yeah. God doesn't make cliques. He doesn't have a superior set of people that he sees as above his other children in Christ.
Kids.
So God does not play favorites like that. We're all equal at the foot of the cross. So you know that it's not of God. So once you accept that, okay, it's going to happen. 2, it's not of God. And 3, I am not going to project my negative feelings towards the clique onto God. I think you're on a good path of dealing with those things, because I know there's been a lot of, I've experienced people who, unfortunately, they were victims, I guess you could say, of cliques, of people pushing them out, shunning them, and it shouldn't be.
No, not in church.
But unfortunately, instead of them recognizing, okay, that is not of God, and so that's carnality, and I will just stay away from that. Instead, they start looking at God and blaming God for these people's carnal actions, and they end up backsliding or getting bitter towards God because of how other people treated them. And that is, you don't want to do that, so you don't want to find yourself in that position. So make sure you differentiate and separate people's carnal humanity from God's perfect holiness.
Glory.
So
good thing.
Another thing that I think will help combating the negative feelings or comments and the clickiness is honestly you doing your best to grow your identity in God, so that your self-esteem is rooted in God, and you start valuing yourself based on how God values you and not how other people value you. And I know that kind of seems like a candy stick kind of solution, like, love yourself and it doesn't matter what other people think.
Hey,
but,
what's up, Shannon?
Hey, Shannon, welcome to the live stream. But it's true. There is an element of loving yourself and seeing yourself as God sees you. And I know we talk about self-esteem, but it's not just self-esteem, it's God-based self-esteem. It's the way
I don't
you
like that
esteem.
term, God esteem, because that's confusing. That's not even a word, God esteem.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, God esteems us.
I know,
yeah.
but think about it. It's like
And
self-esteem is like your esteem for yourself, and so God esteem is your esteem for God.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, if you want to play semantics. But so having your self-esteem established in God, so you're viewing yourself the way God views you, and that's not always easy, especially when you feel really down about yourself. So it is a process. It's a growth experience, and when you build your relationship with God, your esteem of yourself in God will grow as well.
Yeah.
And then that is those are like the base foundations in dealing with clickiness and people not liking you. Another thing I would say is, honestly, pray that God sends you friends. I actually did that a number of times. My personal experience with cliques and stuff. So I get along well with people, and like in school, I was a popular kid. And not in like the popular group, like, the cheerleaders and the football players, kind of like high school movies and novels depict popularity, but I was more so popular in the sense to where I got along well with pretty much everybody and was able to get along and hang out in different groups. So people knew me, and like Aviel as well. Like people knew us because we showed ourselves friendly, if that made sense. So it was popular in that kind of way. And when I was in Bible quizzing way back then, I was like 12. Bible quizzing was a popular thing to do. So like all the popular kids within the church were doing Bible quizzing, and that was the it thing to do. It's like, okay, you know how in high schools football is the it sport to play? Bible quizzing was like the only sport, which it was not a sport, but the only like activity really like that, and so it was the it thing to do, and so like the popular kids did that, and I was accepted enough by the popular cliquey kids in church to where I was able to get along with them and hang out with them. At the same time, I would see how they would very subtly, and you girls know how this is, because girls are very subtle and catty.
Going Out 2019
like
says, yeah, I see you as a quarterback.
That's funny.
She'd be a solid quarterback. She's a Bible quizzing quarterback.
Oh, I thought they were talking about you, because I said we both were popular. And
you're
me as a quarterback?
Talking.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I have broad shoulders anyway.
So.
I have quarterback shoulders, so yeah. Anyway, so, but I would see how like the not so popular kids who were in Bible quizzing, how they were treated. And I was like in the middle. So I was accepted, but not fully accepted by the cliquey popular kids. And then I just don't like people feeling left out. And when I see like an underdog, I just naturally try to include them, because I can't not try to include them, because I don't like people feeling left out. Carmen, you would totally understand, because we are both ENFJs. So I can't not do that. So I would do my best to include other people as well into the group. And it was sad, seeing how people treated these other girls who were in Bible quizzing because they didn't meet their criteria for what was popular. It didn't meet the image of popularity. Mm-hmm. And there was some pretty messed up stuff that happened, in the sense to where just like someone would make a joke and everyone would just be like, and it's like, that's so unnecessary. Like, the joke wasn't even that bad, but because they're not popular and you want to remind the person you personally see them as below you all are going to just like ignored the joke that they made. Like,
it's like, come on, man.
And then,
are we in high school? You guys weren't even in high school then.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, then I would see, these girls, because it was girls at the time, try to compensate for that and kind of show out a little bit more to try to get the attention and approval of the others. And it was just so sad.
That's so messed up.
Yeah,
man.
I know. It was sad. And so...
That's horrible. You guys, hey, listen. You guys have friends in us.
Yeah, you have friends in us.
Yeah, we're not going to do
silly
things like that. That's stupid, dude. By the grace of God, we're not.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, anyway, so with all of that, so I have been on the side to where I was accepted and I was seen as popular. And then I've also been on the flip side where certain popular girls did not like me. And it was towards high school was kind of when I kind of became like a loner of sorts. And it was just, it sucked.
What's up, Ellie?
Yeah, it sucked, but, God was always there for me. And it was in high school that I was like, God, I kind of would like some friends. And so I did. I prayed that God would send me friends, and he did. And it was really, while it lasted, because,
Friends
don't always stick around in life, especially when the kitchen gets a little hot. But
no, we didn't have any friends that became celebrities.
Oh no.
Yes, specific topic questions. But
wait. Wait. Next question, please. What's the next question?
No, I don't know what the next question is.
Well, if you have a question, yeah, go ahead. And I don't know if I'm missing a question because we're talking about. Are y'all telling about specific topics or taking questions? Both, Naomi. So yeah, but someone. So
now, if you had another question.
Oh yeah, someone asked about how to like overcome clickiness and stuff like that. So. I mean, I get. Does that answer the question? I could expand more of it, but if people want
trust me, I know you can expand.
I know. Want to move on to the next question? Yeah.
If you have another question, go.
Yeah. First time catching y'all live. Oh, awesome, Naomi. Oh, that's so awesome, Betsy, over on YouTube. Yes, we are.
What's up, Betsy?
One God, apostolic tongue talking Pentecostals. Amen.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, I asked a question. Oh, okay. So, do you mind asking the question again, Siani?
All right, take it easy, Shay. Oh, you're on Instagram. Take it easy, Shay.
Bye, Shay. Thank you for stopping in.
Awesome,
good night.
Nell.
God bless.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll kind of just chime in on this real quick.
Thanks, Nell.
But so how to stay open and friendly? I would say, just. Be willing to put yourself out there again. You learn from your, it's not a mistake, but learn from your past and be like, okay, if I see these signs, the same signs that I saw in that click, okay, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't get too emotionally attached if you start seeing red flags. Yeah. That'd be a really good thing to do. But
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, okay, but Siani, am I saying your name right? On YouTube, yeah. If you don't mind asking the question again, because. Sometimes the questions will get lost in the comments.
Best advice for anxiety and rejection. Oh, well, we kind of touched on that.
Oh, yeah.
When it came to rejection, yeah.
Pretty much what we said about dealing with clicks and stuff like that can be applied to dealing with anxiety and rejection. I believe the foundation would be, developing and strengthening your relationship with God so that you see yourself through the eyes of God. And when you fall in love with someone, it almost doesn't matter what other people think. And when that person loves you and you're in love with them, it doesn't matter what other people think. That's why people will go against their family's wishes and stuff to go be with the one they love. And so with that, when you fall in love with God, it doesn't matter what other people think. And I know that sounds very cliche, but it's true. It takes work to build that relationship with God and to consistently cultivate it. So.
Oh, that is a great question, Brandon, because I'm 24 and single and sought the Lord for the wife.
Wait, what?
For the wife.
Wait, hold on. Question.
So the question was if we should tell it like it is to our enemies. It depends on the circumstance. Jesus did. Sometimes he didn't. Sometimes he just stayed quiet. Sometimes he told it like it is. So
yeah, the thing is with that question, should we just tell it like it is to our enemies? You want to make sure that your spirit is right, and because you can definitely, just tell it like it is. And if it needs to be said, then it needs to be said. Sometimes you have to go to war. Christians aren't pushovers. You just want to make sure that you're not doing it in a spirit of bitterness or a spirit that's not right, because then bitterness can set in, and you can end up causing more issues than solving issues. So just make sure that if it needs to be done, like use wisdom, and if it needs to be done, then tell it like it is. Just make sure that your spirit and your heart is right. Wow, Aviel. Okay.
Let's try this again.
So
what did I press? How did that happen? There you go.
Okay. Wait, hold on. There was a question also on YouTube.
Yeah, there's like 3 questions on YouTube.
Yeah. And we're gonna have to wrap it up soon.
4 or 5 questions on here.
I'm 22 and single. Okay. Do we date inside or outside of the church? Inside the church. And we can talk more about that. But to sum it up really succinctly, the Bible talks about being unequally yoked. And when you date someone outside of the church, their lack of holiness and godliness will infiltrate your life. And you don't want to be unequally yoked with someone who is yoked up with unholiness. Okay.
Alexa, end.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Okay, so have you ever felt loneliness, and if so, what happened, and how pretty much did you handle it? And have y'all dealt with being a witness to family members that have
If you want to just go ahead and take care of that, I can go ahead and...
But it's on my phone. I need my phone for it.
Can you use mine? I don't care, because there's I just...
Yeah, okay, so...
Here. All right, my friends, you guys are about to hop... There you go. All yours, baby. Do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Okay.
Janessa's
Love
gonna
you guys.
go.
I'm gonna have to
quick.
take care of something.
I'm gonna go ahead and take over, and I'm gonna be like, so.
Okay. Cool beans, guys. Love y'all.
Okay, love you, Janessa. Bye. Was hijack the channel? Okay, guys. Okay, for real. So, have you ever felt loneliness, and if so, what happened? So, I personally have felt loneliness before. Okay, I know what it's like. I actually wrote poems because I was so lonely. But sometimes you have to understand that if you're called of God, if you want to do great things for God. So just real quick, YouTube and Instagram, I'll kind of go back and forth like this. But if you want to be used of God, right, and you're actually pushing and pressing into it, you will experience loneliness. Okay, that's just how it comes with the territory. No prophet of God in the Old Testament was highly revered. Well, excuse me, no. Let me take that back. That was a really wrong statement. Okay. That's not what I meant. What I meant to say was that they weren't not everybody was not, the prophets were never everybody's favorite person. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Whether you're talking about Elijah and Elisha where Jezebel's trying to kill him, or you're talking about Samuel where Samuel the prophet, everyone loved him, but he was still he did his solo deal. Right. And so if you're really want to be used of God and you're pushing and pressing into that, you will experience loneliness. It's a part of the process, okay? It's not isolation, though. Isolation means you're alone from everybody, okay? Loneliness means you feel alone from everybody. And that is where you say, okay, I don't like all this feeling and stuff. And there's times where you ask for friends. You can pray and ask God for friends. You could definitely do that, right? But there's times where before he gives you other friends, you may need to go ahead and experience what it is for him to be your friend. Okay, so I know, it's deep. Okay, here, hold on. Okay, now I'm like moving way too quick. Okay. Booyah. There you go. Okay, so I hope that answer your question. Have you all let's go to YouTube real quick. I mean, like dating someone at another church instead of your home church. Oh yeah, no. That's if they believe the same thing you believe, then it doesn't matter what church they're from. Really, they could be from your church. I know a lot of people who like they get with people from other churches. I don't know if you guys experience that, where like there's people who get like the majority of everyone in your church marry someone who's not in their church because like they kind of get used to everyone in the church. I don't know if that was just a phenomenon in our youth group, but like, yeah, it's like, the other people, it's like, so I don't know. What's up, Alexis? Okay, cool. So after spiritual highs, there will always be lows. That's definitely true. After spiritual highs, there'll always be lows. That's Elijah for you. We need to build our routines during We need to build our routines during prayer life to overcome. It's hard in the valley, but God will walk you through. Yeah. I honestly don't see anyone in my church. Yeah, and that's how a lot of people feel. It's like, there's not really too many people in my church, but I'm about to do the same. LOL, it really is. Yeah, there's it doesn't seem like there's always options at your church per se. And again, because you grew up with the person, I don't know, you know too much about it, a little too familiar. So stuff like that definitely happens. Dating in your specific church can be interesting if y'all break up. Experience talking. Oh yeah. So that's another thing is like if you guys break up, then you guys got the history and stuff, and it's like, yeah. But it depends on when you started dating. If you guys were younger than 3 or 4 years, if you guys are like kind of seeing each other at 14, 15, which I've seen people do that. If you guys are seeing each other at 14, 15, and then like move on to 17, 18, it's kind of like you're a different person at that time. But if you're like older and you're kind of more set in your ways, then it could be kind of something to work through. It's a little bit different. So yeah, let me see. Have we shared our testimonies? Have you ever dealt with friends that want Christian friends until it gets biblical? Okay. Do we turn away from them or keep pouring into them? Well, I mean, people can be attracted to Christian friends because of the soundness that we have inside of us. We're just sound people. And my dog just, oh my goodness. Zara just totally, oh my goodness, man. Our dog just released a flatulence. And her tail end is right next to me. Okay, so anyway, oh man, I was like talking and just like, okay, so anyway, yeah, so where was I at? Oh my gosh, dude, that totally it's like I almost tasted it. Anyway, so yes, the dog did fart. It's like, what? And she did not say excuse me. And so they may so you could just sit there and be a light, honestly. You can just sit there and be a light.
Okay, can you?
Did you smell that?
I'm not gonna try.
Oh no, you didn't. So you didn't smell it.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So man. Okay. So but yeah. So honestly, I would still I wouldn't. It depends on how if you're pouring into them and they're sucking from you, they're not contributing anything back to you, then you could leave them alone. Okay, you don't need suckers in your life. No one needs suckers in their life.
That's the
but
truth.
If you're, definitely. But if you guys are cool to be friends, and they just want wholesome people around them, you could win them just from your witness. and in time. So you can give it some time. But if they're sucking from you, don't I wouldn't do it. Now, real quick, I just want to touch on this, and just you can hop in. But I'm 22 and single. Every time I seek the Lord for a wife, He seems to not answer me. What's your advice? What's your advice? Okay, so this is a funny question because I have a very, very definitive path, I guess you would say, that we take a lot of people down in Yapa and the FSC. But anyway, so God hears your prayers. Okay, God hears your prayers. Now, there's two things that could happen. Okay, you could either, which this is something that people do not like to think about, but you may be called to be single for the rest of your life.
But the odds of that,
happening is very low.
Very, very, very low.
Okay, yeah. even in the 1 Corinthians 7, when Paul's talking about these things, he said, if you can't contain, it's better that you just get married. And what he's talking about is if you got feelings that you cannot contain, okay, just get married. Okay, it's better than that than the fornicate. That's what Paul says. But he says, but I would have you guys be I would want you guys to be like me, single, so you can give yourself to the Lord. Because the man who gets married, he does his work in the world for his wife, while the dude in the church who stays single, he does everything for God, right? Because men do have a responsibility to their wives when they do get married, right? And so if you're praying for, most likely you're called to get married, okay? Especially all the dudes I know, man, they need to get married. Anyway, but and so that would be the second thing. You're called to get married, but then at that you have to start talking about the time, right? Is it your time? And God may be saying, no, it's not your time right now, and or he may be saying, no, it's not your time right now, or give you things to do before you get into a relationship. And you have to keep your eyes wide open to God speaking without saying anything. Okay, and what I mean by that is that he's talking to you, but he's not using his voice, meaning that you go into prayer, you don't hear anything in prayer. But then your pastor says something. Your parents say something. Yeah. Or you go into prayer, and then you start feeling this oh man, I really need to start getting your life together. Because I know guys will start feeling that itch right around at 23. I got to make sure the rest of my life is set up right. Yeah. And so if that's what you start feeling, that may be God's response to you, because men are supposed to have their stuff together before they get with the woman. I remember
that is key.
That is so key, man.
Because I know some churches do it differently, but traditionally you court someone, date someone to marry them. And as a man who is biblically called to take care of his family, you have to have the means to be able to take care of your family. So yeah, the idea of a relationship is lovely and nice and, makes you all Twitter-pated and stuff. At the same time, if you don't have what it takes to provide for someone else, then
it's not biblical for you to get in a relationship. It's actually not.
Yeah, it's not wise for you to get in a relationship, because you're not going to be able to fulfill the mandate God placed on you to provide for your family. And if you don't provide for your family, it will have create issues in the relationship. So I used to be on youth staff, and both Ava and I used to be on youth staff at our old church, and there were young guys who were wanting to get into these relationships, and a lot of them did not have their stuff together. They didn't even have plans
for their stuff
to get their stuff together. And it's
real quick, I can give you Bible for every single thing that we're talking about, 100% Bible from multiple different books. Okay, the only thing I don't think there's too much that'll override that outside of people, people just jumping the gun in regards to timing.
Yeah.
Unless there's a unique call where it's
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like a general rule is to get yourself together, the Bible way.
Yeah. But the thing is, God always answers your prayers.
Yeah.
He always answers your prayers. It's just us. It's determined upon us to be able to recognize when God's answering, when he answers, and what he says in his answer. Because it may be a no, it may be a wait. He may speak to you, like Avil mentioned earlier, through your pastor or through another spiritual authority figure in your life, or he's been calling you, or his word, and he may be calling you to fulfill certain things in your life first before getting into a relationship. And so, you don't stop praying, and you don't stop praying for your future spouse, just because you don't get the answer that you expected to get or wanted to get. God always answers, and it may not be in your timing that you think he should answer, or he may have answered and he's telling you it's not your timing to be in a relationship at the moment, pretty much the things that we said before.
Or he's answering and saying not right now, or we're not listening. So let me tell you, but homie, I got you, bro. 22, okay? I
was just thinking that today.
You're young, you're apostolic, you're obviously praying to God, okay? So you want to do the right thing. So I got you, okay? There's a lot of times, I'm going to be 100% transparent. I've been having a lot of adult conversations. You guys, on GCC yesterday, y'all know what was up. But it just, and just being really straightforward, okay? Yeah. So you have this, 9 times out of 10, you have this desire to be in a relationship, okay? You have a desire to not be lonely. Females experience the same thing too, all these things. But we have this desire to be with a person, right?
Because we were created that way. We were created for relationships.
Yeah,
so.
We were created, that was literally. Yeah. So you have that desire, and it's not a bad desire. It's the right thing, but it has to be done in the right time. And the hardest part,
in the right way,
in the right way,
with the right person.
And with the right person. The hardest part of the equation, is waiting for God's time, waiting for the right time. That's the hardest part. And what I've learned to do in those hard times is have a vision, okay? You have a vision of the person that you want to be with, the life that you want to live. Honestly, vision. I cannot say it enough. Vision. The Bible says that without a vision, the people perish. Okay, the vision that you have for the person, that's going to help you so massively. Okay, push through your own feelings to stay committed to the one that God has for you and the one that God's going to bring your time. And I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to get a little personal here, but here's the deal. Me personally, okay, I don't know if you know, let me say this in part. There's Yappa 238, by the grace of God, we've grown. We've had a lot of people. I've interacted with thousands of young apostolics, okay? Of those thousands, not all of them were dudes. And of all the non-dudes, okay, there's been times, there's been times where it's like, well, Jesus, I'm over here waiting and did you see who's in my DMs right now, Jesus? You know what I'm saying? That's happened, okay? Or there's been times where it's just like, I could definitely reach out and just say, and in those times it's like, okay, but I have to backtrack. Yeah. Okay, because there's that want, there's that desire, and then there's a possible person who you can actually possibly fulfill that desire with. I'm not talking about sexual deal. Yeah. It's like we're talking about relationship stuff. We're being a little bit more mature. Yeah. Okay, we're talking about a little bit more mature level. But anyway, and so what do you do? Every single time without fail, the thing that's brought me back to being, okay, Jesus, no, I'm going to walk the path that you want me to walk as a single dude past the age of 20, past the age of 21, past the age of 22, past the age of 23, up to 24, and it's going to get me, hopefully, by the grace of God. But what's helped me through these past few years was, okay, God, but what did you, what's the person that we've talked about? The person, what does that person look like? How is that person have it's the vision. The Bible says without a vision, the people perish. So I'm looking at that. Okay, that's the thing. That's the person I'm supposed to be with. That's the stuff that we talked about in prayer. That's the stuff. That's the person. Excuse me. The attributes, the characteristics, all those different things, the values.
Yeah.
That's the person. And I'll just be. Does he look like?
Yeah, because I'm kind of like, okay, what is he gonna say?
You're like that, like the preachers be preaching. They like, oh, my wife's, so never mind, it's good.
The wife's on the side like, oh,
the wife's just like, he's like, oh, I'm in trouble now. So anyway, but no, it's like to have that vision. Yeah. You know, and for me, it was more so like, what does that person look like? And that's where I had to like anchor it in and have that vision, and that is the North Star. To get through this single season, the characteristics, the attributes. I mean, there's things that my sister does that are like.
I'm waiting to see what you were gonna say.
No, that are like
that I definitely don't want in my wife.
No. It's not that. It's that it's almost like she's gonna do that. Like I'm inspired by the things that she does. And like, that's what I want. So no matter, I don't know where you source it from. I'm saying that you have to have a vision, because having that vision of like, okay, that's the person. You'll that's your 10. You have an 8 come by. You have a 9 come by. You have a 7 come by. You'll have a 6 come by. And you'll be in that low state. You have a 3 come by.
And you're feeling like a 3.
And you're like, oh gosh, man, dude, this is so hard. The struggle's so real. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you gotta just get through that feeling. And keep doing that over and over again.
And just to clarify, when Agel's talking about like a 10 and a 7, it's not necessarily like, oh, well, she's so hot, she's a 10 kind of thing. It's your vision. Like the 10 is your vision of the type of person you want to marry. So it encapsulates all of it, the spirituality aspects, the characteristics, the temperament, all of that. And so anything that falls below that, is not what you had prayed to God about,
Yeah, it's not just the
Yeah, so it's not, just to clarify that, because usually when you throw out numbers, people automatically think it's like all a looks thing, but no, that not in this context. We're talking about like 10 being
because there's some devils that are gorgeous.
That score a 1, but they look like a 12.
I know, they're a devil, man. They will put you. Nah, man, I heard too many.
They're not even on the scale for how bad they are.
No, I'm serious. I've heard way too many horror stories of guys getting with girls because of how they looked. That's why.
It's okay,
that's why I wouldn't even talk
about
it. But seriously, there are like so many horror stories. Like
exactly, Naomi.
I seen this one dude. He was like, man, I saw that girl and I was like, ooh, man, she opened her mouth. That's the reason why I'm still single. Like, that's what's up, man.
The Bible talks about a contentious woman. So women, don't be contentious, because the Bible talks about you. Like, those type of women who just always have to nag and have to tear down the man in their life, like, that's a rebellious spirit. One, that is not a Proverbs 31 woman. That is the woman mentioned in Proverbs, 3 through 7?
Yeah, 3, 5, and 7. No, is it 3? No, I know it's 5. No, it's 5-3. 5 verse 3 and then 7.
Yeah, you don't want to be that woman. You want to be Proverbs 31 woman, not the early woman that shows up in Proverbs. Because that is by the Bible talks about by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. You don't want to be the whorish woman, because that's not godly. So
don't be a
You know what's up. That's slut shame. Yeah.
Well, you acting like it's like don't be a, if you don't want someone to call you a, you a. So bro.
If you're anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, we're gonna stay uncontroversial. No, I'm kidding. Anyway,
how would you know they are the one? Prayer.
Yes.
Honestly.
Oh, Michaela, prayer. Love you. Good night. You're not feeling well. Okay, and Michaela. Okay, I promise I will reply to you on Boxer. I'm sorry, but yes, I will reply to you. I love you so much, and okay. Good night.
This woman and the continuing dropping in the rain are like, yep, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so no, seriously, the way you know, because listen, your emotions will scream that they're the one. Okay, if they're not the one,
you can't trust your
and
emotions.
your emotions will scream that they're the one if they are the one. So you can't trust your emotions.
Really quick, the Bible talks about the heart being deceitful
above all things
and being desperately wicked. So you do not want to follow your heart in this case. You want to follow the Spirit of God. You want to follow the Holy Ghost. And so you have to be able to remove your emotions from your decision making. Yeah. And emotions are a beautiful thing. I am really big on emotions.
She's huge. She's a woman.
Yes.
Okay, y'all know I was right there.
I am. I feel things very strongly. But I'm doing my best to condition myself to make sure that I don't make emotional decisions because 9 times out of 10, it's going to lead you down the wrong path. So it's better to make spiritual Holy Ghost decisions. And you want to make sure that you look out for that so that you're not ruining your life and getting off track from the will of God for your life because of your emotions, which change over time. That's why you have so many divorces. Oh, well, I just fell out of love with him.
Okay, this analogy came to me as really good. Think of you getting married like Eve about to eat the fruit.
Oh, okay.
Think of your,
I'm following.
You can make the decision. Okay, but you didn't get a word. Okay? Now, think of it like that. Now we're going to strip out some elements, okay? Strip out the fact that they were told not to do it, okay? But keep the element that God spoke to them. So God speaks to you, hey, be single. And then you like, hey, but this fruit right here, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I use your hand. I was going to do it to your face. But I was like, I don't want to hit her. And I was like,
okay. So, I was wondering. I just went along.
So, you know, and then it's like, okay, so there's a fruit. So you can't move until you get another word from God. That's a pretty safe way of operating. Now, I'm not saying it's the only way to operate, honestly, but that's a pretty safe way to operate. You get a word, okay, this is my single time. Okay? And then before you break that single time, you get another word. And you got to make sure it's the right one.
Because once you bite into that fruit,
you love that.
You're not going to unbite the fruit. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you're biting into the right fruit.
Eat the right fruit.
Not from the tree that God told you not to eat of, because there was the tree of life in the garden as well, and you want to eat from the tree of life, not the tree of.
Not a horse woman.
Yeah.
Or a holy man. I mean, horse man.
Or a horse man, because there are players out there. And girls, you don't want to get caught up.
Don't get played, ladies.
Yeah, don't get played because guys will play you. Girls will play guys too.
I know girls
nowadays
guys,
are like
guys
crazy,
play girls.
man.
Just don't play.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, no, we're not trying to play games. Nobody's got time to play games. Do you look at the state of the world? People still need to get saved. God's coming back. Things are wrapping up. We don't got time to play games, especially in relationships. Okay, and that's like 15. So
I think this is a good place to wrap up on the relationship note.
Yes. So, yes. Elena. Thanks, Elena. Yeah. Oh, Victoria says, marriage is a continually growing commitment, not seasonal taste testing. Woo! Yes.
I know. And some people take it like that. But the reason why they taste test is because they weren't sure of the first thing that they got.
Yeah. Or also they didn't develop discipline.
Yeah.
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 To not give into their desires and into their own.
I know,
will.
but if someone's gonna like completely end a marriage, there's something in their head that's like that justifies the leaving of the relationship. Yeah. And so they were not committed.
How to spot an apostolic player? They'll act just like a worldly player.
It's the same spirit.
It's the same spirit.
Just one has a suit on, the other one has I don't know.
Just one is going to the apostolic conferences and going to an apostolic church, but the spirit's the same. It's
you can spot a lascivious spirit.
You can fornication is fornication. a spirit of fornication is going to be the same on an apostolic person if they have it as someone who is an atheist and out in the world, because it is the same spirit. So,
see you later, Instagram.
So, oh my goodness. Okay, so Instagram is.
Everyone go to YouTube. Everyone go to YouTube.
Just go over onto YouTube.
We'll wrap
Instagram,
up on YouTube because Instagram's like 30 seconds. It's like, they didn't do that last week.
Okay. So everyone on Instagram, go ahead and head over to YouTube. We'll see you guys. We love you. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
Okay, so YouTube, listen.
Okay,
so no, but seriously, guys, it's like, nah, dude, I forgot what I was saying.
We were talking about.
What were we talking about? But
hold on, I'm trying to do this.
Hey, listen. What you need to do is you need to.
Sorry, hold on. Let me get my phone.
Okay, she needs to do something.
So I can.
But what you guys, what we need to do is, make sure that we get with the right person. Keep all our desires under. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Player. Oh yeah, spirits. You can tell when a girl's being. I've seen very lascivious and seductive women in skirts. They had the skirts, long hair, and they're like they do the same thing. They try to get you. Seduction is very like it's very sensual. Senses you will. So senses is very based off of the senses. So if she's trying to hook you with your eyes by moving her body a certain way, if he's trying to hook you with your she ate something. So
really quick, what are some other things that we talked about tonight? We talked about dealing with cliques,
being single, and I don't know, players in the church. Anyway, my friends, but he'll try to get you with their ear. That's a sense. Hearing is a sense, right? And so if he's being sensual, he's going to say things to you that are orientated towards the senses: touch, sight, hearing, those type of things. And so he's going to try to get. So if he or she is acting sensual, they'll be tapping buttons on your senses. Okay, now if they're operating based off of the Word of God, the Bible, I thought I had my Bible right here, but the Bible, the Word of God, they're not going to be tapping on your senses. Okay. They're really in what?
It's better.
Oh, okay. They'll be doing it based off of. They'll be connecting with you on the three levels. First, the spiritual level. Okay, so you guys agree in spirit. These are the three areas that you'll connect on in a relationship if you do it the godly way. The spirit, the soul being your personality, your character, those things, and then physically. Okay, but a lot of people get it inverted. They go physical, soul, and then try to connect on a spiritual basis. We don't do it that way. We go spirit, soul, body. Okay, and body's for the wedding night. It's not for any time before the wedding night. So spiritually, you guys connect. You guys agree on the same thing spiritually. Then personality-wise and all that stuff. But if they are going body first by being sensual, she's moving her hips a certain way, wearing something that's
like intentionally moving her hips a certain way, intentionally putting her body in a
thank you for that
manner.
Because there's certain things you cannot control.
Yeah,
ladies,
as
fellas,
a female, as a dude, like there's certain things you can't control because it's part of
that's just how
the way your body is.
That's just how.
But when you're intentionally showing something off, intentionally posing a certain way to get that kind of attention. God knows. You can deny it all you want, but God knows deep down what you're doing. And it doesn't change the fact that you're doing it for those reasons. Yeah.
So if they're trying to attract you with their body, complete red flag. There's they either are struggling with something internally or that there's a spirit working behind them. Yeah. So be aware of that. So yeah. I hate to bust out all the players.
Yeah. If you guys knew how intentional girls can be to get a guy's attention, it's uncanny. Yeah. And
I can spot like a good amount of girl
there are some intentional things that are actually okay. It's when you start crossing over into using lustfulness and sensuality. It's primarily like sensuality and lustfulness to get a guy's attention, that's when it's wrong, because now you're tapping into lust. Why are you shouldn't be inciting a man to lust after you as a woman,
Inciting a man to sin.
Vice versa. A man shouldn't be inciting a woman to lust after him. Like if he is purposefully touching her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if he's purposely touching
like,
her, yeah, in like when I say inappropriate ways, not like it's not necessarily
not overtly inappropriate.
It's not overtly inappropriate, but it's like the constant touching, and he's trying to
or like a light, like, hey, listen, I could touch like, hey, Janeslyn, if I go like this, okay, or if I like, that was funny. Okay, that's even the weird if a dude's like touching your hand or something close to like your leg or something.
Well,
but if it's like
if he touched my leg, if like, bro,
he would find a foot on his face. But if it's like
yours and mine both,
like a soft caressing, oh no, bro.
Yeah, no, because the thing is, like, there are certain things.
Y'all know what's up.
Yeah, because
you know what's up. Let me read some comments.
Yeah, because anyway, I won't get into the differences between guys and girls, but too much. But girls tend to respond, while guys respond more to what they see. Girls respond more to
what's that?
the physical and how they feel. Yeah, because girl touching. Yeah.
Oh yeah, touching. Yeah.
Yeah, so the touches.
Guys be looking like, oh snap.
I know. So a girl will try to get a guy's attention based on how she looks, while a guy, girls, if you didn't know this, so players will do this. They'll touch you, and it'll be little touches here and there. But as a female, these touches have a physical reaction inside of you, because that's the way we're wired.
Or if he's like, oh, excuse me, and he like lower back.
Yeah, like intimate touches, like touches that are a bit too intimate. Like it's one thing. Like there's a difference between like a comforting touch, like especially from like, if your pastor's like, it's okay. Like there are certain things that are appropriate, and you can sense when things are appropriate. But if if a guy is constantly touching you, that's the red flag.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think he's just friendly. That's just
no,
his
he's
love
not.
language.
He should not be doing
it. What happens is there's like this sexual tension that's inside of him that's starting to leak out in the way he's touching you, because you can't get sexual with someone if you don't touch them. Yeah. So it's coming out, and he's like, man, I'm messing a whole bunch of players' games up, man.
The reason why we're talking about this, you guys, is so that you're aware of it, and now you're accountable, because now you know that this is what it is. So,
but girls can be physical with guys.
Yeah,
I've experienced
girls do it. Yeah, girls do it too. Girls will do it too. But
I have stories.
But that is girls will do it too. But generally, a girl tries to get a guy's attention based on how she looks. And so that, the little...
Initially.
Generally, it's more so the look-based thing. I'm not saying they don't do the touching. While a guy, he wants to look good for a girl, but if he's really trying to, like, mess her up...
Yeah,
it's the touching. So, but girls do it, too. Like, the whole, oh, stop, you're so
No,
funny.
Okay, wait, so you remember this one. Okay,
yeah.
You remember... What did she do?
Didn't she? Oh, no, that was... Where she was, like...
That was who?
That was where she was like, "Whoa!" Or this
yeah, all three sisters were touching.
Like, whoa!
Oh my gosh, they're all filling up on this dude because they knew they couldn't do that with me.
Friend. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, because
they're like, wow. They were like literally, these three sisters were literally like on
touching his
arm.
body.
And I was standing there. It was our mutual friend. And I was just like.
They are sexually harassing you in the church, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, but if a dude was like, "Oh my gosh."
Okay, but that's like, I know, I understand.
Even if he was touching her like her waist or something.
Okay, but that's like so.
You have
different.
such a good six-pack.
No, there is a slight difference from like a girl touching a guy's like arms, like muscles, and a guy touching a girl's waist. I know it may seem like a double, but there's like
I can understand that.
And he's like,
but
wow,
Janessa,
like,
you have to think she's feeling all this because homie worked out, right?
He was not. Okay,
yeah, he was, but he had, he was fit, right?
Compared to the other guys,
especially compared to.
I'll give it.
Nah, we worked out together. I brought him to the gym. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, but feeling some dude's solid arm, feeling the definition and all that stuff, and they kept touching on him.
Yeah.
You don't do that in the church.
Yeah, I know,
sanctuary.
but I will say, I know, but I will say it wasn't like oh my God, it wasn't like that. They were just like, wow, like. Wow, I know, but listen, I'm just saying.
They was on the inside, they were like, oh, they're melting, girl.
I know they were, but there still is like, okay, a girl like touching a guy's muscles, just don't do it. That's not appropriate.
We're not condoning that.
Yeah, it's not appropriate, but it's a whole lot more different from a guy like, wow, you have such a small waist. Like, you know what I mean? That's to a girl.
No, if he's like, oh, wow, you really have like a really nice six-pack. That's solid. That's what's up. But on the inside, dude. But you can probably tell, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm going to go sit down.
Just don't do it. Guys or girls, just don't do it. Okay?
Don't touch,
man. Be touching up on.
Don't. There's no reason. I mean, you
kind
of know what's up. If you know, as a dude, that let's just keep it real, homies. You're going to have to take a seat after. Man, bro, come on, man. You don't need to be touching it. If you know that, ladies, you guys don't have that problem. But if you guys, like, don't be touching a dude like that. But, yeah, they're all like, oh, my God.
Now, I will say there are some people who are a bit more touchy-feely, but they're not doing it in, like, a sensual kind of way.
Yeah, but they never did. Like, was like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
we had a friend, and I do the same thing, too.
But you never do it to them?
Oh, yeah, but I don't do it to, like, it's like, I do it to Aviel. So when I laugh, Aviel gets the brunt end of it.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm just like, I like lean into him, and I'll laugh and lean into him, and like, just like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like, anyway. But I never did that to like my guy friends. Like and I didn't even have to think about not doing it. I just didn't do it because you don't touch up on other people, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, some people don't have that within, they're just like touchy-feely with people, but you can tell when it's like a intentional, sensual kind of touchy-feely, and someone just being, kind of being like, oh my gosh, that's so funny to like a friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's times where girls are like, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Jessica, I promise
but that's why I know. That's why it comes down to your intention, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all about your intention. So, but I'm not condoning. Like, don't be like, oh well, I'm just a touchy-feely person, and so, like, no, you know your intention, and plus, when you recognize it, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch up on someone because, and even if it's innocent, it may cause your brother or sister in the Lord to start lusting after you or start struggling with lust because you start triggering certain physical reactions because that's how human beings are created, and you're not meant to be touching up on somebody. You know what I mean?
So if you're touching up on, like, if you're getting touched up on, you could be like in a scenario where, like, you start because you remember when someone touched you there last time. What happened? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much just saying now that it's like, because, for me, I naturally, like, hit you, you know what I mean? Like, I'll, like, when I'm laughing or whatever, I think something's really funny, I'll, like, hit Aviel, sorry. Or be like, oh my gosh, did you know, anyway. But I don't do that to my guy friends, but there may be some girls who do that to their guy friends, but they don't do it with the intention of, flirting or trying to stir anything up. But now that you know that it can stir things up, then it's your responsibility, okay, to use that knowledge and to apply that knowledge. Okay, well then I'm going to, now that I know this, and God's going to hold me accountable for knowing this, I am going to pull back and not do it.
No, like your intention, man.
Yeah, because it is, it's based off of intention, but also, just like, if the Bible talks about, causing your brother to stumble. Like, if you know that even something that you do innocently can, validly cause someone to stumble, then just don't do it. You know what I mean? Well, but that's just how I am. Okay, but what's more important?
Check yourself.
You being who you are, or you doing your part to help your brother and sister in the Lord not stumble like the Bible says to do.
Is your sense of individuality superior to the unity within the body of Christ? No.
Yeah. So there's a lot of comments. Sorry, guys, if we aren't. I know a friend who touch him and they would be all over him, and it's messed up. Yeah, you're messing up that poor boy.
No, honestly, it depends on the dude, because if there's girls like all over you, a guy can be like, oh my gosh, Lord
get off
Jesus,
of me, yeah.
These whores, you know, like he's really thinking like, you know, that he could be honestly thinking that or something like that. But anyway, or he could then start imagining some like weird stuff if there's a whole bunch of girls on him.
Yeah,
so girls, just don't get on.
Yeah.
Like that. There's no reason. No, you only.
And guys, don't be, because I know guys that will like intentionally try to like touch.
And isn't it so awkward when they're not used to it, but they
when they're not used to it. And I mean, there is that aspect of like natural flirting when you like someone, you want to be around them, you do like want to touch them, not in a sensual way. You just like you're drawn to them.
You want to close proximity.
And so we understand that. But you still need to be careful. But you gotta hold that stuff back,
because just because you want to do something and it's natural trust me, if you do not put reins on your dating relationship, you will fornicate. You will fall. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
I think it's a situation that should be prayed for the church to recognize it, Victoria. You all know that one girl.
You know, but I mean, not saying that just because you fall into sexual sin, that doesn't mean that, you know, you're a horrible person. People actually do fall into it. But don't get yourself in that scenario to where you will compromise. Don't you know there's like a hint of like there's a desire to make this compromise. You're tempted to make this compromise, but you know it could, like, it's probably not the best thing to do. That is the first thing you have to obey. Because if you don't obey that, excuse me, you can slip.
Okay, so Steve Johnson says, my sister is really nice, but she comes across as flirtatious with other guys. How should she respond to these comments? What's the difference between being flirtatious and being really nice? That is a great question.
Okay, first, guys have egos. And so oftentimes, like, they're way more quick. Ladies, guys are way more apt to assume that you're flirting with them probably than girls are, depending on the girl.
Yeah, they actually did studies where it was like, the thing is, girls will be like, oh no, he's not flirting with me. Oh no, how could he like me? Because I'm this, he probably likes this other girl. While guys will be like, oh man, dude, she was flirting with me.
Likes me, bro.
It's so funny. So, you know, to a certain degree, you can't control guys misinterpreting a girl's actions. I actually am very much like your sister in that regard, in the sense to where I'm really nice.
I think a lot of girls are. I think it's just friendly. Stop, you know.
Yeah. Like I'm very friendly. I like engaging with people, talking with people. I can have great conversations with pretty much anyone if you're like a decent person. And I've had experiences where guys, I don't know if they just assume I like them, and I was like, bro, like I literally am calling you bro. Like I'm like,
you are
dude.
Friend zone.
Yeah, like I use friend zone language with you. I call you dude. I call you bro, and I'm like, and I put distance between us. Like that. How are you interpreting it? They're like, that I like you.
Yeah, she likes me though.
But the thing is, I mean, you can tell because when there's certain intentions there, it comes out. So a girl and people with wisdom will be able to pick it up. You can generally tell the difference between a girl who is truly just being a friendly, charismatic person and someone who is being flirtatious. Like, I mean, I can think
what did you just say?
Being flirtatious.
No, the first.
You can tell the difference between a girl who's just a nice,
from
charismatic
a female's perspective or a male's perspective.
I mean, I guess it's from a female's perspective.
But
also like a mature elder or like a mature adult would be able to tell for the most part.
But someone that it's not happening to.
Yeah.
They would be able to tell a little bit better. So I'm saying like people on the outside looking in, because I'm assuming that your sister may get comments like, oh, she's such a flirt and stuff, when in reality she's not. The thing is, unfortunately, there are certain actions that are signs for certain things. So there are certain actions that indicate interest, that indicate even flirtatiousness. So if your sister doesn't want to
if people are assuming that, and it's not just the guys, like, because if it's just the guys misinterpreting, then that's on them, for the most part, if she's like genuinely not trying to flirt with them. But if there's third parties looking in and they're not biased, but they're like, you know, they're unbiased third parties looking in, and she's coming across as flirtatious, then she may want to adjust her interactions. I had to do that. When I talk to someone, I'm really into a conversation, I tend to lean into them, and I will like come close to them because I'm like really into the conversation, and those are signs of interest, which, yeah, I'm interested in the conversation. I'm not interested in you romantically, like, no, but I'm interested in this conversation we're having. But a lot of times when a girl or a guy is physically attracted to someone, they will do those things. And so, I mean, it's not my fault, but it's also not their fault necessarily if
it's just a thing that happened.
Yeah, if they interpret it that way, because it's just one of those things. So what I do, because I want to do my part in, you know, making sure, well, I just want to make sure that I do my part to not perpetuate this idea that I am interested in someone when I'm not. I will literally put distance between me and whatever guy I'm talking to, like guy friends or whatever. Like, if I notice that because I'm getting into the conversation that I'm getting closer, I'll take a step back and put like it's not an awkward distance, but it's a distance that indicates, yeah, we're just talking platonically. And I pay attention to those things. So like, and then my dad even was like, okay, he had a talk with me, and I have majority brothers. I was kind of a tomboy growing up, like a girly tomboy. But yeah, I was kind of like, I was a tomboy, but also really girly. But anyway, and for a while, there was a lot of girls who just did not like me. And so I was buddies with a number of guys, but they were all also friends with Aviel too. So it was almost like I was friends with them by default because Aviel was friends with them too. But also, like, just a lot of girls during a certain time in my life just did not like me. And they would be, like, friendly with me one moment, and the next they're, like, being super catty. It was like, so what anyway, in the world? Come on. So, but I say that because I don't want to come across like, oh, I had so many guy friends, you know, I just get along so well with guys. I cannot stand that because it's not. I just get along so well with guys. I get along so well with guys.
Do you realize that a whole bunch of if a whole bunch of dudes are like on this girl, there's a problem with the girl generally.
Yeah, like.
I mean, wait, if she's bragging about it?
Yeah, if she's bragging about it, there's an issue there. Like I wasn't like, I genuinely, because also the guys that I was friends with were kind of like the nerds and geeks and outcasts because, you know, like I said, there was a time in my life where the popular people did not like me. So I hung out with like the more spiritual people, and unfortunately, as it often happens, the spiritual people tend to be the uncool people. I know it happens. So anyway, so trust me, there was it wasn't like a bragging thing that I was friends with these guys or anything like that. So don't think I'm trying to be like, oh, I low-key hung out with guys only. No.
Come on.
Yeah, I only have.
You do not want to know.
Yeah.
Me and my cousins would be talking.
Yeah, I have majority boy cousins. I had all brothers up until 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm really close with my dad. So, and girls were just drama. Anyway, so, and then there was another girl in our church who was like, she came into church and she was a hardcore tomboy. Before she got into church, she was like a hardcore tomboy. So she got along well with the guys.
Dudes. Yeah, she was pretty chill.
And so she still had like a lot of guy friends. I know our dog Abel just calmed it. It'll be okay. But this girl, she had a lot of guy friends, and plus like she had boy cousins in the church and stuff like that. But she never came across as that girl who just hung around guys all the time because she knew how to conduct herself. Mm-hmm. And there was often times where I was like the only girl in a group, but Aviel was there with me. So it was a little different, but there would be some times where Ava wasn't there, but these guys are still my friends, so I'd be talking to them. And my dad pulled me to the side and was like, Janesslyn, even though I know it's not your intention, you do not want to be the only girl in a group of guys. Because that just, it does not look right. It does not look right. And your intentions may be good, but you don't want your good to be evil spoken of, which is biblical. So, with that, I had to adjust. And, thankfully I had a parent in my life to bring to light these certain things and to direct me so that I would make the right decisions. So I wasn't portraying something that was not true of myself. What? Why are you laughing? In regards to modesty, do you believe we're called to wear skirts and dresses while we sleep and our home in general? Same. I grew up with all my brother's friends. Yeah. Be cautious not to share too much about her. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, kind of to wrap that up. So there is an aspect of not caring what other people think, but at the same time, the Bible does talk about not letting your good be evil spoken of. So, you don't want, if you need to make certain adjustments, then make those adjustments. I do my best, because even though my personality is pretty engaging, like I can be very outgoing and I love talking to people sometimes. No, but in general, if I'm having a good conversation with someone, like I can talk for hours. And it's why we have long live streams.
Which I think we do need to wrap up.
Yeah, but I will, like, I'll take certain actions to where if I find myself being the only girl, like if Ava has to go, and unless it was like our main squad, that was a little different. But if it was like, just like a group of like, and there was a lot of guys and I was like the only girl, I would just remove myself. Like, okay, I have girlfriends that I can talk to, so let me go talk to them, or I don't need to be in a group of all guys. And then I would also make sure I put distance between myself and the guys and not flirt with them. If my intention is not to flirt, then I'm not going to flirt. Now, if they mistook, if I was genuinely not flirting, like I said, it's all about your intention, and they took it a certain way, then that's their problem. But so okay. Question.
So in regards to the tabernacle plan, Alexa,
okay,
I can't. It's way. There's too many moving parts. I heard someone try to speed through it, and it took them an hour to get through it, just to teach it. So it's too much for us to cover in one live stream. But I think that if you type in Josh Herring tabernacle or Josh Herring prayer, it has like 40,000 views or something like that. It's he goes through the tabernacle plan, and it's extremely informative. You can DM me on here on YouTube or on Instagram, and I can give you those references. But you'll have to DM me. Because it's too lengthy. It's like it's a whole tabernacle.
Okay, someone asked.
It took books for Moses to write it. Go ahead.
Yeah, really quick. Someone asked about modesty and wearing, pants to sleep and stuff. Mm-hmm. I know churches have different standards.
Yeah, many churches have different standards.
Many churches have different standards.
Okay, hold on, real quick, Jeff.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay,
so
cool.
for, like I said, it's a lot of churches have different standards. For our personal home standard, mm-hmm. I will wear like shorts underneath my sleeping skirts or my pajama dresses and stuff like that, but I don't wear pajama pants. That's a personal conviction. Plus, I do have like a house full of boys now. But yeah, so I personally don't wear pajama pants. And I do believe that there does need to be some sort of modesty if you are a female around your brothers, especially if they're like teenagers. Like, even though they're still your brothers, it's just good to still have like some form of like modesty.
for
Now,
them, man.
like, now I'm not saying you have to like, you know, I mean, like if you're gonna wear a tank top around the house, that's like, you know, that I totally think that's fine.
At some point,
but-
your body's yours, and
Yeah,
not anybody
but
else's.
I've seen some like I've seen some pajamas that are like a high booty shorts and like really low cut kind of stuff, or like crop tops and stuff, and I do not
That's just
think it's
weird,
appropriate for I personally
I would
will say,
definitely say something
I
to you. I'd be like,
personally
"That's
yeah
not
do not
fine.
think that's appropriate for a girl to wear around her brothers, especially if they're like teenage boys, you know what I mean? Like I because that's just not I do not think that's appropriate
Weird.
at all.
It's weird.
Yeah, and that's weird. Now, like normal shorts, okay, you know, if that's your thing, that's fine. And then also like if you have like pajamas that you wear in your room by yourself, because like some people like they you know, some people it's just too hot. So it's like, but if you're alone in your room, like, you know, you wear your pajamas, you know,
lock the
whatever
door, make
pajamas
sure
you
no one's
have.
up inside.
Yeah, but like, you know, make sure you got like a robe or something, you know,
Just
to
in
cover
case.
up, you know, if you have like males in your, I'm just saying, because it's just, I think that's just respectful that way. Like I said, if you're going to wear like basketball shorts and a tank top, like, I think that is a lot more appropriate than like these lacy booty shorts I see with like these like with literal bralettes as pajamas. Like that would, I think that's highly inappropriate. But again, I'm saying I personally think,
Honestly, if I had daughter, I'd be like, no, you is wearing something, because that's just. I mean, and it's not no weird thing like that. It's like, anyway,
no, it's like
it's
like
on a
cover
different
up, like,
note. Yeah,
you're
it's
not
like,
your
yeah.
husband. You're not.
There's a time. Listen, God
Yeah.
created you to be in a covenant with one person where all is exposed. You don't need to
Lock
be
the door.
pushing that,
Yeah.
that like no one else needs to see you. Like it's crazy because if you look at the Old Testament, if you're reading through the Old Testament, some of the terminologies, it's like this sounds really weird, but a son was not supposed to have his father's wife. That doesn't mean that it was his mom, because remember they had wives back then, wives. So, but he couldn't have his father's wife because he would uncover his father's nakedness. That's how God looked at it back then, right? And so it's kind of like there's this element of the whole like someone's body that is reserved for that covenant that it can't
Between spouses.
So like too much of it shown. This is in my opinion, but too much of it shown to someone who's not your spouse is just too much. Like for me, like, you know, Janesslyn, I mean, she sees me without a shirt, like, cause you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'll wear shorts.
He doesn't just walk around
but I'm
in
not,
like underwear.
I
like
know that's
ever.
like that's no.
So that's
she
like
never. Well, okay. Outside of being 7-8 years old.
Yeah, outside of being like
you
kids,
know, but once you get to a certain age, it's like, you know, there's, you know, you can't do certain things.
Yeah, I mean, like, because honestly, I mean,
That's just weird.
okay, guys, would you want your sister walking around in like booty shorts and a super tight crop top around the house? Like,
I'd be like,
know.
look, girl, don't even.
And then also
come
like
on,
ladies,
man.
I'm pretty sure I don't think any of us would want to see our brothers walking around in like Speedo type
Their
underwear.
beefy
I
heads.
know.
You said Speedo?
Speedo type underwear. I don't know. Like, I mean,
We gotta shut this thing off.
I'm just saying.
got
No, but I'm just saying, like, you don't want to see that. Like, please put that away.
all
of that
away.
away. So it's like, I mean, out of respect
All
for not
of
only
it.
yourself, but for your
For
family
others, yeah, it's
members.
like, don't disrespect my eyes.
Yeah, be modest even around your family in a sense to where it's appropriate. I think that's what it's like.
just be
It's
appropriate,
appropriate. Like, honestly, would God want me dressing like this even around my family? Like, obviously, I'm like, you don't have to wear like this. There's a difference between the modest clothing that you wear outside and like what you wear at home, obviously. But, you know, you don't want to cross that line at home either. So
Yeah, because no.
So I
don't
do
that.
believe you have to have a level of modesty when you're at home if you have, you know, other like if you have family
someone of
living
the
with
opposite
you.
sex in your house.
Yeah, anyone from the opposite sex in your house.
Because ain't no mom trying to see their 18-year-old in some draws. Like, come on, man. Like, get yourself together. Like, have more respect for your body. Like, this is the only body you got.
And for the eyes of your family members.
Well,
please.
yeah, two things. But if you think about, like, this is my body.
An old t-shirt and a comfy modest skirt works
like,
too. Yeah, of course.
This, like, only I should be able to see all of this glory. No, I'm joking. No, but for real, like, have that, like, this is, like, this ain't for just anybody. And if you're apostolic and you're thinking about getting married for one person, so it's like, and maybe that's just honestly, like,
that could just be the way we're raised.
Wired, like,
but I do think
because I know people, man. I was like, whoa, bro, come on, man, put that away, homie.
Okay, girls are so different though. Like, girls will like change in front of each other and it'd be like totally fine.
That's weird. I'm thinking like
girls, girls are so different. But what I'm saying
is, I know, like, dudes would be changing.
But the thing is, I would never change in front of Aviel. Like, that's just not appropriate, like, at all. But I would like change in front of my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. But it's because they're girls and you're a dude. If it's a household full of girls, then wear whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Almost.
But
I mean, nowadays.
But I'm talking about like if it's like your mom and your sisters, because there were families like that where it was just all girls. Like either the dad died or the dad wasn't there, and it was just the sisters. And then dudes, if it's just your dad and brothers, then
Nah, but I'm like, bro, come on.
I know, but I think guys are a little different.
Like, come on, man. I think it's like almost, it has to do like probably like an ego deal. Or it's like, bro, don't you got no respect? Come on, bro. Like, you got to show nothing off, man. You just go and get up from a bad self, man. Go to bed.
Oh, Abel is so lost on girls changing. He's gone. Okay. Victor, we have no idea how weird. Yeah. How weird some girls are, dude. Yeah. Wait, what did Naomi say? I agree completely. I always think if Jesus came tonight, I'd want to be found appropriate before him. Yeah,
That's true.
So, I mean, but it's more so like just be appropriate for your family. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you have like some, like an old t-shirt or even like a tank top that's not revealing, like it's one, like, I don't think, I mean, like, be modest.
Ain't nobody supposed to be seeing certain parts.
Yeah,
only
that's the
you
thing.
And the person you're gonna get with.
Because Noah's sons were they were cursed.
No. Ham was.
Oh,
Ham, Shem, Japheth.
Yes, Ham was cursed because he looked upon Noah's drunk, and Noah was drunk, so that was his deal. But still, Ham saw his father's nakedness. Daddy. While the other brothers purposely,
Shem and Japheth,
they purposely walked backwards and took a blanket to cover their father's nakedness. But
he was drunk,
and he was drunk.
He was wasted.
And God that was the proper thing to do, was to not look upon their father's nakedness. Well, Ham didn't, and God cursed him. So
no. Noah cursed him. I think God respected Noah's curse.
Oh, Noah cursed him.
Because Noah's like, cursed be the
God,
Ham,
and God respected it. God honored it.
I think because Noah was God's man for that time. And he had that prophetic.
So, it is important office.
But I mean, there's some point, like, at some point, anyway. Like, there's only supposed to be stuff that, like.
What do we even title this live?
I don't know. Watch what you wear.
I know.
But yeah, I know for real,
anyway,
it's like,
save that for marriage, for real. Brandon says, I'm the one that's 22 and single from a while, or I have some negative past. Social, I'm a virgin though. When do you think a girl I would date should know about it? Oh wow.
When you get serious, you don't need to be telling some girl that you're kind of like it needs to probably be before, like, if you guys start thinking about marriage.
Yeah, then that's probably when you should talk to your pastor.
Yeah, talk to your pastor
and get direction on when to tell her. That's definitely something you would want to talk to your pastor about. Yeah. I personally, and I'm a girl, and I definitely see it from a girl's perspective. Mm-hmm. I would being fair and just being wise, you know, you do want to talk to your pastor about when the best time is, but I wouldn't just share that information up front. Because, I mean, everyone has a past. And, you know, it's just not wise to reveal certain things too early.
Never
and
is.
especially if someone you're not serious with, you don't want to reveal too much about yourself, because unfortunately people will use certain things against you. But again, I'm not necessarily saying when to do it. Just before you do it, talk to your pastor.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, don't not before. Like when
like
if
you're serious.
Just, not before you're serious. Like
not before you're serious. To where it's like you're actually talking about getting married. You know, no one's proposed yet, but you're actually considering.
You guys pretty much know that. Okay, I'm married.
Yeah.
But that's maybe if after
during marriage counseling
or something.
This live went deep. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to be because someone could run away with that, like, and you know she's all heartbroken and stuff. Like, why'd you break up with him? Well, because, and then she's like, oh my gosh, spilling all your business and stuff. You know, the stuff that's under the blood she's trying to resurrect. Brilliant. Or maybe you guys get in a spat or argument. You guys never argued before, but you told her about your past, so she's telling all this stuff. I don't know if it's because of this. And
and then she starts telling.
And it's she's not the one, all that other stuff, and all that drama and headache to deal with. So when you're serious, like when you're serious, when she's serious, talk to your pastor, because he may be like, you know, wait till after marriage.
Yeah, he may.
He may. I don't know if he would.
I don't know if he would, but he may.
I don't know if he would.
I don't think he would, because you got to know some stuff for the most part. But God very well may be like, no, in this particular case, I want him to tell her after. Yeah. And it's a God thing. So that's why you definitely need to, you get counsel, spiritual counsel.
So like this couple, similar thing, but the guy had AIDS. I mean, that's like way extreme. But and what did they do? You know, she found out about it. She felt it was still the will of God. They prayed about it. Pastor said, "Hey, listen, if you," he gave them instruction, and they obeyed it, and it was the relationship was the will of God. So they got married. He came from the world. I don't know. I think she came from the world as well. But and she never contracted AIDS, and for a few months or a few years later, God healed him completely of AIDS. Wow. So if it's a God thing, keep God in your mix.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because God knows how to make beauty from ashes.
Deal with someone that likes you, but you don't like them back. Ooh. If you're not really friends with them, then I would just distance myself from them. If you are really good friends with them, I would distance myself from them. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to completely cut off relationships. So if someone likes you and you don't like them back, but it also depends. Like if they tell you that they like you, then just be honest with them. I know it sucks, and it to have to break it to someone like, hey, I'm not interested in you that way.
Could you do that to someone though? That's the thing.
Yes. If they told me outright, but they never would tell me, that's the thing. It was always like this underlying thing.
So in a hypothetical situation that has never happened, and someone's like, hey, Janessa, I like you. I want to.
But are we friends though?
Yeah, you guys are super close.
We're really good friends. I would say, hey, and if I didn't like him back, I would be honest with him, because if we were friends, that means I care about him, and I want him to know that, I don't want you to get your hopes up.
Even at the risk of losing the relationship.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? Oh, I like you too, even though I don't. I mean, he already told me that he liked me. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, oh, how about we wait for the answer? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but if he didn't tell me outright and I knew that he liked me, it would depend on how much he liked me.
Okay, we're gonna have to really go.
Okay, yeah, it would depend on how much he liked me. If it was like a really strong kind of like thing, I would distance myself. He did but I've done that before and it backfired.
Okay, but and what if he did like a proposal to ask you to date him, and it was like,
and I didn't like him,
and you didn't like him, and everyone's like,
and everyone's watching. Who does that? Why are you asking me this? Because no one does that. That's not helping.
Let me ask you this:
the people.
Would you like someone to date propose to you?
Oh, like the promposals, but date.
Proposals?
Yeah. So remember how back in like 2014 or whatever, promposals were like the rage, where people would like pretty much do like a proposal to ask someone to go to prom. Would I want someone to do that?
You sit back in 2014.
I know, right? All that time right now.
They still do it. It's just you've been such.
Anyway, I've been off of social
TikTok,
media.
I'm sure.
Would I want someone to do that, like to ask to date me? If I liked him, yes. Because I'm that type of person, though. Not all girls are like me, to where they like big shows of affection. Some girls really just like very small, little, not so emotional kind of stuff. I'm not that girl, though.
You wanna go out?
Like the more grandeur, the better for me.
Yeah, see, I couldn't do that. If I was gonna ask a girl like, "Hey,
no,
I
you
like
distance
you,"
yourself
I'll tell her
in
straight up, listen.
a respected manner, yes,
beautiful
but don't
things.
discuss deep things you would with someone you don't have interest in. Yeah, like if you know that he likes you, it'll be best to kind of distance yourself, but don't just do cold turkey, because I did that one time and it just it got kind of messy.
Who?
Okay. We were like, we clicked.
Oh, yeah, but that dude.
No, I know. I didn't know he because I mean, I was calling him little bro and he was calling me big sis. Like, that's friend zone material.
That's
like,
if I've ever heard of it.
That like there was a mutual understanding. I believe that we were just friends, but then people started like commenting on stuff, and that.
Why in the world would they ever have thought?
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, plus, I mean, he was younger than you. Like, no. So needless to say, yeah, I did kind of, like, I kind of panicked and was like, whoa, no, because we're just friends. So I pulled back a little too much. And not every guy's like this. Some guys will get the
8 side.
I know. So I need Michaela in my life. Not all guys are like this, but this particular kid, I mean, he was like 4 years younger than me. And like I said, I thought we were just friends. I kind of found out that it was people were commenting stuff, and so I distanced myself to, take the appropriate action, because I didn't want to like him thinking I was flirting with him or anything like that.
What in the world, dude?
And instead he kind of got like, did I do something wrong? I feel like you're mad at me. Are you mad at me? What did I do? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, I just.
Hey, what's up, Kerrigan?
So, Kerrigan, I love you. Thank you for joining us.
We were just about to wrap up.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
Yeah,
so
we're
anyway,
wrap up.
yeah, I mean, do like pull back in a respectful manner. Don't do things that will lead him to think that you're interested in him. Like, do your best not to do things. And like,
She never been in a relationship. My longest was 8 months.
Okay, but this isn't about being in a relationship. It's about
No. Someone asked.
Oh,
the
someone
longest
asked.
relationship you've been in?
Oh, okay, yeah, with Jesus.
24 years. Well, kind of fish.
But anyway, okay.
All right, my friends.
No, it's okay, Kerrigan. Thank you for just stopping in to say hi and showing the support. Okay, everyone. What happened? Did it end or something?
No, it didn't end. You have to click end
Oh,
stream.
okay. So anyway, you guys. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Personally.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We love you guys, cool. And we will be having our next live stream, I believe, in a couple weeks. Unless there's a holiday. I don't think there's any holiday coming up. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight, for contributing to the conversation, to the fellowship. Please, if you haven't yet, leave a like on the live stream on this video.
Like it on YouTube.
Since you can do that on YouTube, and
so like it
to support this
comment,
community that we have
subscribe,
in Christ.
And well, you guys already commented, so
yeah.
All right, my friends, love you.
Night.
I love you.
And happy birthday to Yappa and to Trisha. We love you guys, and we will see you next time.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
See you end it from the IG or YT first.
Okay, before we.
Okay, wait. Then you gotta end it from OBS.